Hello, beautiful, and welcome back to the Becoming Her podcast, the space where we recognize and celebrate incredible women who are choosing purpose, chasing God's vision for their lives, and becoming everything He promised, even when the odds were stacked against them. And this is where we talk about healing, faith, growth, and the real journey of becoming the woman God has called us to be. I'm your host, Coach Leslie Ann, and today's guest is truly a woman walking boldly in her calling with a global mandate on her life. She is a wife, mother, ordained minister, passionate intercessor, teacher, author, and entrepreneur. Born in Trinidad and Tobago and now based in Canada, she is the founder of Impact to Influence, a ministry dedicated to equipping believers to grow in faith, spiritual authority, and kingdom identity. And she's also the author of Broken Crayons Can Still Color and the co author of Distinction. No one can be you, and that is your superpower. And the visionary behind, you can't forget, Kingdom Kicks and Apparels, where faith truly meets fashion. Please help me welcome Minister Keisha Grant to the Becoming Her podcast. Minister Keisha, thank you so much for being here with us.
Hi, thank you so much, woman of God, for allowing me to be a part of this special moment.
Most
Thank you.
welcome. Thank you. So, you were born in Trinidad and now based in Canada, impacting lives globally. How did God transition you from local beginnings to an international assignment? And what did that stretch season teach you about obedience?
I had to learn a lot, and I had to change a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much for asking that question because even as I speak, it will give me a lot of reflecting moments. So I had to learn different cultures, and it came with some challenges. But the people I met along the way made adapting easier.
Mm.
So although I was born in Trinidad, my mindset had to shift,
Right, good, good.
and I had to choose to adapt to
Right.
different cultures and behaviors, so I could relate to the different people that I'm coming in contact with and I've met
Mm,
so far. And in doing that, not compromising my faith.
mm. Very good. Excellent. Good. And what about obedience? What did season teach you about obedience?
Well, this journey actually taught me that God will never send you somewhere
Mm.
He has not already prepared you for.
Correct, correct, correct.
God has ordained our future, so He knows everything. So He has prepared us for what we are currently walking in or what we would walk into.
Correct,
He
correct.
has already gone before us. Yeah.
Well said, well said. And as the founder of Impact to Influence, what does it really mean to move from being impacted by God to becoming an influencer for the kingdom in everyday life?
It really means that the Lord trusts me
Mm-hmm.
and He has empowered me to be an influence for His kingdom.
Correct, correct.
Romans 8:30 says, "And those He predestined, He also called. He called, He also justified."
Mm-hmm.
So God also know our purpose.
Correct.
And it means, even as He has called us, it means that I myself have to walk a life that is circumspect because eyes are now on me.
Correct.
And
Ellison.
things that I do could impact people for the good or the bad.
That's right.
So
That's
I choose
right.
the good route.
I agree. No, I totally agree. And this is so important, especially for social media. As kingdom women, even if it is you don't have any titles, but once it is you say you are representing God and you start a business, a brand, you are a kingdom woman. And it is
Yeah.
important that we show that we are not just creating a business, but we have to live the life. Whatever we put out there is who we are,
Yeah,
and we have to show because younger persons are looking. And I believe as
definitely.
women we need more mentors. We need more women showing that, listen, walking with God is amazing, and this is what it looks like. You can have fun, but you could still represent God in this powerful way, in this humble way, in this by showing the gifts, the fruits of the Holy Spirit as well. You know what I mean?
Yes, yes, I
Exactly.
fully
So
agree.
yeah, and it is all about the way you look, the clothes you wear, you know how you speak, how you address customers, how you represent God in the streets as well, because people are always looking. They always looking, you know what I mean? And once they see you, they say, hey, like for me, everywhere I go, Coach Leslie and Coach Leslie. So I know the girl can't wear old,
Mm-hmm.
I can't wear a bust up slippers, you know. I had to make sure I wear proper shoes and a proper
Right.
top and a pants when I walk out. I have to carry myself in like, because once it is you say you are representing God, it will impact people even in the streets as well. So that's a very good question and answer. Excellent job.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, so your book, Broken Crayons Can Still Color, speaks to healing and restoration. What part of your own brokenness did God use to birth this message? And how did He heal you through that process?
Okay. A little bit about my story.
Mm-hmm.
At a very young age, the devil tried to steal my identity
Wow.
using my parents and siblings, and
Yes.
even the environment I grew up in. And that is where my brokenness began.
Mm.
It began at home. It began with the abuse through these people, and later on in my years, I gave my life to Christ,
Mm.
and He began to do work in me. It was tough, and it was different. But
Mm-hmm.
when the Lord has a plan for your life, He know the beginning from the ending.
Correct.
So after giving my life to Christ, and He began doing that inner work in me. Later on, I met my husband.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of things started to change. He further added a lot of positive people in my life, which is my husband as well,
Mm-hmm.
to bring healing and restoration. So, Broken Crayons was put out of my testimony,
Right.
um, and it invites readers, whether women, men, or just people of all walks of life, to a glimpse of hope,
Correct.
bringing restoration and healing to anybody who would read the book. So it's a
Mm-hmm.
clear message
Yeah.
saying that, you know what? God is still able. God still heals. God still delivers
Yes.
if you believe.
Correct. Correct.
Yeah.
And I would say I read that book. It's an amazing book, and all women should have a copy, as men as well should get a copy on Amazon. And I know Minister Keisha, you would share that link for them. You would talk with me, and I will be able to share that link, so y'all could send me a message or send her a message to get a copy. And you and your husband,
Thank
as a
you.
new book co-author, Distinction. I just love that name. I just love that the name of that book about embracing uniqueness. Why do you
And
think so many women struggle to fully walk in who God created them to be?
that's a good question. Now God is calling women to stand up, to rise up.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe fear can be that one thing that can cause women to
Yeah,
struggle or not walk in who God created them to be.
correct.
But remember, God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power, of love, and a sound mind. That was something that I held on to.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Also, your environment, your circle, the people you have
Correct.
around you. If that is not implemented, if you don't have that, it could really just keep you in the spaces and the places that you're not supposed to be.
Correct. Correct.
You if you lack trust in God, that is another thing too that could add to you not walking in who God called you
Yes.
to be.
Yes.
We hear about past traumas and mindsets, and to be honest with you, is something that is to be worked on. If you have ever
Yes.
been through something as such, like I have wrote in my book as well, we have all been through something, but how do we come out of that? And if we have a mind, like, to move forward, and we have that mindset to move in what God has in store for us, we are able to do it.
Yes.
Jeremiah, this verse is very common, but it's powerful. He said, "Before I formed you in the womb, I knew
Mm-hmm.
you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Before I formed you, I set you apart."
You're
And He
mine.
appointed you. So
Yes.
sometimes, just knowing that God already appoint us,
Yeah.
God already know the purpose that He have for us. He also said that I know the plans that I have for you. It is good and not of evil.
Hmm.
So God already ordained us, His children, women, He ordained you and I. Um, and so in the process of becoming, we gotta trust God.
Yes, we
And
do.
it could help us to walk confidently in our calling.
Correct. I agree. I agree. Because once you know who you are and you know what God has called you to do, you can be able to understand your purpose clearly. And
Yes.
I think so
Yes.
many women struggle with understanding their identity, fear, just like you said, trust,
Yeah.
and then understanding their purpose. I mean, I struggle with understanding my identity as well. So I understand what you're saying. Fear
I
as
did
well.
too.
Yeah,
I did
exactly.
too, yes.
And then, from that
Yeah.
identity, trying to shape my own brand and doing it in my own way, like your book said, uniqueness,
Hmm.
trying to create my own thing because there's so many people doing the same thing. And I
Right.
realized that, I can't be like everybody else. I had to be what God called me to be, different, unique, and understanding that, it is not a race, but it is done in God's timing, and then He will elevate me. But I have to also be willing to not be afraid, like what you just said, and trust God.
Yeah.
And I mean, that is where we at. And that's where I am here because I just resigned as well. So I fully understand what
Mm.
you're saying, walking with God and trusting Him.
Yes.
Yeah, so excellent answer. Now you
Thank
beautifully
you.
merged faith and fashion through Kingdom Kicks and Apparels. And I just want to say, I mean, I remember when I met you. You
Hmm.
remember? And this was the
Yes.
first. This was the first business, huh? This was,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
That was when 2021, I think so.
It could have been
Around there,
2021.
yeah.
Yes.
So how do you balance ministry and entrepreneurship while staying spiritually grounded and purpose driven?
I would say it takes focus
Yeah.
and discipline, which
Yes.
I am still trying to master.
Yes, because I mean,
Um,
you do so many
yes.
things, you know, and then you're
Yes.
balancing those two things, but also a family and yourself,
Yes.
you know.
Yes. But together with all of that, consistency is another one.
Correct.
When we think about consistency, it's just sticking to the plan,
Mm-hmm.
and that plays a big role in balancing everything. So how I do it as well is just with the help of my husband, my children,
Right.
and they make everything become a little more smoother, a
Yes.
little more normal.
Correct.
Mm.
And I guess you
Yeah,
manage your time
that's
wisely
right.
without burning out as well. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, good. So for the woman listening who feels cold but unsure, gifted but afraid, what is your encouragement to her as she continues her journey of becoming?
I would encourage every woman, or every woman's rather, sorry, that is another song of my voice, to surround themselves with like-minded people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Put
Yeah.
yourself in the right spaces,
Yes.
listen to the right voices. Maybe maybe it is your husband, maybe it's
Mm-hmm.
a pastor, a friend, somebody who could hold you accountable. Be adamant about
Yes.
investing in yourself as well. Um, build your dream, read books,
Correct.
and also remember this is a big thing. Remember that the process to becoming cannot be rushed. So we have to have patience going through the
Yes.
process.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. And that's such a great answer because everybody wants to become successful, but nobody wants to go through the
Mm.
process.
Mm-hmm.
And that process includes being patient. But these days we want everything now, eh? So that's a really
Really?
good, very,
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
we
And
want
it's
it
not
now.
easy, because it's hard work.
Yes,
It,
it
it's,
is. It
it takes
is.
consistency. It takes
Yes,
not giving up.
that's
You start
right.
today, you may not feel it tomorrow, but you have to
Correct.
keep going.
Keep going. And that's the only way you can really build your dream and actually do what God
Mm.
says. Because sometimes it'll just be you and God alone, you struggling there trying to find your balance, time management, everything coming and you want to quit, you want to give up, you want to go and lie down and watch a little Netflix, it be real. But you're hearing God
Yeah,
say, get up and get to work
that's it.
with
Because he
nobody
already put
clapping.
that blueprint on you. He already
Correct.
put it inside of us, and it's
That's
just for us to
right.
tap in.
That's
So that is
right.
why sometimes he's pushing us. Like he's like, "No, I have this for you to do," and I'm like, "Oh." Or you are like, no, I want to
Exactly.
rest from this. I mean, you might have second thoughts, second
Yes,
guess, but no,
yes,
God already have the blueprint. He already know
yes. Correct.
what our success look like.
That's right. And that's why we have to keep going. All right.
Yeah.
So as you look ahead, What is the next level or next assignment God is preparing you for? I mean, you will have to give us the whole thing because I know some things are
Mhm,
not for us, but a little bit.
mhm.
And how are you positioning yourself in this season to step into it?
All right. I would say my next level I see God is taking me is to my butterfly stage,
Mm.
becoming more beautiful, more
Oh,
colorful.
that's so amazing. That's a beautiful answer.
um, yes, and
Yeah,
I'm also just positioning myself more in prayer,
yeah,
um, being more consistent, and also having a song mind. You know, there's a lot of
mm-hmm.
distractions,
Yeah,
and that plays a vital role in your day to day. You
yeah.
know, just understanding that we have to have a song mind, and we know that obedience also is a next part of that. So that is what I see.
Mm.
That is what I see.
That
As I look
is.
ahead, that's something that I think I have to work on as well.
I agree. I totally agree. And and for me, I keep hearing, be intentional,
Hmm.
about our time. You know, don't try to be distracted about everything. There's a lot of, as just you said, there's a lot of things happening, but we need to be intentional, focused, calm, but also be beautiful and colorful. Take our
Yes.
rest, take our naps, enjoy
Hmm.
life, and just allow God to show us what's the next step then.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow. What a powerful and beautiful conversation, Today we heard from Minister Keisha Grant about walking boldly in God's purpose, embracing your uniqueness and trusting him through every season, even when the odds seems impossible. So I just want to, tell all women that listen, I need you to follow her page, purchase her books, get involved with her. She's doing amazing things. And, continue to follow all of the tips and strategies that she has given us because only when we follow our purpose, like she said, become fearless, bold, and confident, only when then we can be able to, accomplish everything that God has set for us in our hearts. So I just want to thank you so much, Minister Keisha, for being here, taking time to just, share some light on what you're doing and impacting women all around the world. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me, and you are doing a phenomenal job.
Thank you so,
And
so,
I
so
just want
much.
to tell you to keep up the good work.
Thank you
Thank you.
so much. Thank you so much. So we are closing off now, and we look forward to seeing all the amazing things that Minister Keisha is about to do. So let's just show her some love, and we are closing off. Join us again for our next segment where we invite another powerful woman to bring her joy, her spark, and her knowledge about what she is doing to impact nations. Thank you so much, everyone.